Hello, good evening, everyone.
नहीं मेरी नहीं वो क्या कि तेरी तबीयत थोड़ी
Hello everyone. Hello Gorak.
Hello everyone, and Yusa, everybody, and
I go
Yurika. Hi. So are we here? I think more than 20 are here. Should I wait for 1 or 2 minutes here? I think. Until then, guys, today we will start a React project actually. I saw your feedbacks. Most of you want to do your work with real React projects. Want to practice something or want to build something with React, or the concepts, using the concepts that we have learned until now. So we will spend a few days doing this project. First, we will see the concept of React, starting from the use effect hook, use state hook, use reducer hook, the context API, I will try to simulate the database as well in this project. So this is going to be a simple React app actually. But we will see the concept there. More concept that I said we will talk later, something like passing the states from child components to the parent component, something like that as well. We'll see a lot of new things while doing the projects, as well as we will include all the things that we have learned until now. Do you think it's good to do these things in the project? What is your feedback?
Yeah,
What?
that's awesome, Gorak. Yeah.
Yeah. And do you have some suggestions so that I can actually include in this app? All right then. Please create a empty folder somewhere in your PC and open it with VS Code. Try to install React with Vite in there. Okay, this is the first step we will do today. Let me wait for 2 to 3 minutes here. Until then, you can try that. I'll send the instruction in the chat as well, so that somebody who join can also follow this one. Yeah. So, did you try installing React? Everybody? Do you have some confusion or something to ask for me? Yeah, I was waiting for other participants as well. So let me share my screen and let's see. Then let's work together as well. So I will work on this FDB4, but you can create an empty folder anywhere, okay? You can create empty folder anywhere and work there. I don't know what is happening here. Let's see. Not open VS Code directly, I think. Thing is not responding at all here. Can you hear me? Is my screen visible, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Let me open my VS Code. I think it is not working. Let me first open and share my screen. Yeah, I think I need to disconnect for a moment. I'll just join back, okay? Sorry guys, something is not working. I think it is fine now. Let me see my screen. So just create an empty folder. We need to first install React. We are starting a new project today. So let's first set up a Vite with VS Code, and then we will write some component in there. Right? I asked you to create an empty folder and install React environment with Vite. We are not going to use create React app here. We talked about it. There are a lot of dependencies which are not used in create React app. So we will install a minimum environment with Vite, right? So any issue from your side while installing Vite?
I have a
Is it
question. When you get to the project name, what do you type for that if you already have the folder open?
you can just type dot if you don't want to create another folder in there, but you can type any name. Then you need to go inside that folder.
Okay, so in the initial, when you're writing the first create with the Vite, you just add the dot at the end of it.
You mean, can you repeat once again, Ellen?
So when you open up the terminal, that first line, the create React Vite,
Mhm.
you just add a dot at the end, and that'll just place everything in the folder you already opened.
No, no. With that command, you don't need to type dot at the end. With that command, you will just type, um, create. What was that command, Alan?
Yeah, so I typed in yarn create Vite,
Yeah,
and then
yarn.
after that it asked me, what do you want to name the project? So if I don't want to name the project and I already have created a
Folder.
folder, do I just add a dot at the end of that line?
Yes, yes. Write dot at the
Okay.
end.
Okay.
Yeah, with this command, you don't have to write dot. You will first hit enter. Let me show you right here. And with the project name, you can just type dot there without typing any other project name. Okay. Let me see. Feedback app. Let me go there. You'll type yarn create Vite, right? And it it will ask you project name right here. And you can remove the existing one if there is and write dot here if you don't want to create another folder inside feedback app. Right? Actually, this is a simple app which will ask feedbacks for the user. A text, a input text, as well as the user will select ratings from 0 to 10. So we will take text as well as rating, and we will display the text on the output, the text list from the feedback. Okay, this is a simple application actually, but we will see conceptual things implemented practically here. Okay, let me create a Vite project, Vite environment. Let me set up Vite environment inside feedback app. You can write yarn create Vite. You can use yarn as well as npm, both of them will work. So I'm going with yarn here. And as Alan asked, we don't want to actually create folder in there. That's why you can type dot. Now we can select React. And here are some other options recently added, I think. You can just go with JavaScript right now. We haven't actually started TypeScript. So go with JavaScript. Later we will set up TypeScript project. Okay, you can now choose JavaScript for now. Now we need to type yarn once again to install the dependencies.
Excuse me, Gorak. So I created a new folder, right? And initially I started with React, but then you said Vite, so I switched back to Vite. So I created the new project name as feedback.app. And after that, you said to create another folder in it.
No, no, you don't have to create another folder in there.
Okay,
That's
cool.
fine if you have simple empty folder.
All right. Thank you so much.
You can see all of my code together here. You can treat this feedback app as isolated folder, okay? Each and every folders are not related with each other. They are separate. So you can treat this feedback app with a different project. Because I want to share a code with you in that repository, that's why I'm creating these folders here. You can actually separate these folders, create anywhere you want in your PC, okay? Don't be confused with other folders that are here. You don't need assignments, you don't need these other folders, basic React, these folders right now. You only need this feedback app folder. That's why you can create a brand new empty folder anywhere you want and install React environment with VP. Okay? Any confusion? All right, then let me send this to GitHub. When you initialize a brand new folder, that will not be initialized with git. Can everybody check this command? You can just type git status there, and it will say something like not a git repository, right? If you have empty folder, just created folder, and if you just installed Vite in there, it will say something like not a git repository. So what should you do to initialize this repository or this project with git? What can we do? Yes, just write git init in your terminal. That's all we need. If somebody can share their screen, then I can help, I think, because I have already initialized. This git is already initialized, already connected with GitHub. So can somebody assist me here by sharing their screen, please?
Yeah, I can share my screen.
Yeah, proceed, please.
Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes. So you just installed dependencies as well, or installed Vite?
I did Vite. So initially I did the React, but then after that I corrected it. So I created a feedback app. That's the name of the project. And after that, I just followed everything that was staying on that prompt.
Okay, that's fine. You are now trying to install dependencies. You haven't actually completed that yarn command, right? Other command?
So I did yarn. So I was following this thing right here. Where is it?
Okay,
Uh,
fine then.
yeah,
That's fine.
yeah. So I did this right first, and then like I created this feedback app. So I went in there, and then I did yarn, and then it installed the yarn.
That's fine. That's perfect.
Yes.
So now just type git status there, git space status, and see the status of git with the current project. And it says fatal error there, not a git repository actually, or any of the parent directories. So now you need to type git init, git space init, and everyone can also type this command, right? This will
What is?
initialize this.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, this command will initialize your current project with git. So we want to store some of our histories. We want to save some of our history, some of our code in git with git. That's why we need git, right? And this command will initialize your project with git. Now you can use git in this project.
Okay. So how do I know like if I'm connected to my Git repository?
Yeah, if you have initialized your git, your project with git, you can just type git status once again. Previously you typed git status, right? It shows some error. Now it will show some different thing there. Yeah, it shows. Can you go detail ahead? Sorry, above.
Yes.
Yeah, right here. It says now git status shows. What is that command? Is it hidden somewhere?
Uh,
Maybe,
uh,
maybe you can clear this terminal. Just type clear and hit enter and type Git status once again. Yeah, it says now on branch master, right?
Oh yeah, I
There
see
are
it.
multiple ways. Yeah, multiple ways to actually know if this project is initialized with Git or not. On the bottom left, you will see the branch name as well. There is a master, right? On the bottom left corner of your screen.
Yes.
And inside source control on the left side,
Yes.
there you can see 11, number 11, right?
Yes.
So there are 11 changes as well. And inside your React feedback app as well, there you can see the letter U on the right of each and every files, right? It means these are not on the staged section. These are on the unstaged section, actually. So in this way, we can know that if this project is initialized with Git or not. The very straightforward go-to command is type git status on the terminal.
Okay. And like the way I create a new branch in here, since it's a new project, right? So I just go here and then in where is it? I go here, right? And then create a branch here.
No. Let's not create branch right now. We'll do that. Branch is a different thing. Branch is not a different project, actually. It is a part of a single project. If multiple developers are working together, that's why let's not see things regarding branch for now. For now, what we want is this is actually initialized with Git, right? We want to
Yes.
send this code to your GitHub account. So Git and GitHub are not the same thing. Git is a concept, the overall concept. GitHub is just a website which is there, which will help you to access your code on the cloud, right? With the internet. So there are other third-party providers like GitLab as well, Bitbucket as well, and GitHub is one of them. That's why we are using this GitHub. So yeah, now what we want is send this code to GitHub. So do you know how we can actually do that? Or do you think, do you have some idea to send this code to GitHub?
It's a git push origin.
Yeah, before pushing to GitHub, what do we need to do? There are two things we need to do before pushing these things to GitHub.
I think we need to.
Right. Yeah. The first thing is there on the source control, you can see changes which have this letter U on the right. We need to
Yeah.
first actually move this all the changes from unstaged section to the staged section. So we'll write git add dot command. This will actually dot means move all of this from unstaged to staged section. Yeah. Just give one space after add and just write dot. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, everyone can follow this step. All
all
right,
right.
yeah,
So that's it. Okay.
can hit enter now. Yeah. Now there you can see it is moved from changes to staged section, right? Inside source control.
Yes.
Previously it was showing U for each and every file on the right. Currently it is showing A, right?
Yes.
So now we are ready to commit. We cannot commit before before writing this command. Now we can commit. So do you know the syntax to write commit?
Yes. Git space commit and then dash
Yeah,
m.
give space after commit. Space after commit and yeah, hyphen M.
That's it, right?
Right. Now you can type your message inside double quote.
Okay.
Yeah, you can write something like new project. Yeah, that's fine. You can type feedback process project initialized because we just initialized with Git, right?
Yes.
That will be the better command, a better comment. But that's fine. We will eventually see how to write better comment as well. And you can write everything in small letter there as well in the commit message. That's fine. That's fine as well.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, you can hit enter now. everything will now disappear from the source control, right? Because they are
Okay.
committed. So now we want to push, right? But I
Yes.
told you for the very first React project, if you want to actually publish it to GitHub in some different repository, then you need to actually do publish branch once at the very first time. There you can see publish branch inside source control, right? You can see
Yes.
two publish branch, I think, because there are different. Can you do one thing, Prasida? Close this VS Code and just open that feedback app folder only. You are opening two folders here. That's why it is showing different there. Or you can delete that my app if you don't need, right? You
Yeah.
can close the VS Code first. Close this VS Code and go in your PC where these folders are.
Okay.
Yeah, now we have only one publish branch. Okay, just click on that publish branch now. Here you want to actually type a repository name which you want to publish in GitHub. That's fine. Feedback app is also fine, or you can write different name there. You can just write React feedback app, something like that. Instead of writing dot, just write hyphen. That's fine also.
React feedback app.
Okay, you can create a private repository. Now click on that publish to GitHub private repository. Or we can also create public repository as well. We can change this settings later, so it doesn't matter.
So this is how you create a publish a branch to put your project on.
Yeah, this is how we publish our project to GitHub at the very first time.
Okay.
Now you can open your GitHub account if you want, and you will see there this project is already available in your GitHub repository section.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone will also follow these steps, okay, guys? Please let me know if somebody is facing any issue in between this.
Where do I check for that new repository that I created?
You can type your username if you know github.com and slash your username. That will directly open your profile.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I'm
on the
already
top,
here.
yeah. What is your GitHub username, Prasida? Do you know?
It's yeah, it's right here. It's PRASIDDHA02.
Yeah, you can type that in the URL as well. Otherwise, there you can see your repository, right? Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Maybe you can click there and
Oh,
see your
okay. I
repository.
see. Yeah. It's this one, yeah. Sorry about that. Sorry to cut you off.
Okay, so your code is here, right?
Yes.
Right. This is how we publish at the very first time in GitHub. So any confusion, guys, from anyone else? Since Prasida is sharing his screen, I can tell you, just guide you with his screen if you need some help. All right then, I think it's fine. Thank you, Prasida.
Yeah.
So let me do share my screen and
Yeah, I'll change it.
okay, so this is our feedback app. I will not publish this to GitHub because I already published other folders from here to GitHub. So what I will do is push this code to GitHub. So git add all, git commit m and feedback app initialized, and now I will push this. So currently it is still in my branch. I need to fix this actually. So you will not see this code in master branch. You'll see this code here in this branch actually. Maybe I need to fix that code really soon, but right now it's fine. Okay, git push. So you will not write this git push command at the very first time. You will go in the source control and click on that publish branch. And later, from the second time, you will write this code. Okay, I mean, it means you will write this git push command in your terminal. So let's go in Git and start our project, start building our project. Okay, so we have these files here inside Git. This is talking. No, it is not going ahead. So, okay. So you can
I have
delete
a
this.
question, quick question. I just
Yeah.
missed for like 1 minute or so. My battery was down. So, what did we do after we did git commit?
We pushed it. So do you, have you created a brand new folder, or are you working on the existing React project?
I created new folder.
New folder, right? So after git commit, you need to go to source control then, and there you will see publish branch, right?
So, like public branch means we need to create the branch, or like that. That part I didn't understand.
Uh, is that published repo or published branch? So, can you see something here in the source control? Just go to source control. Can you see something there?
It's empty. Oh, mine. Let me see.
Yeah, maybe you can share your screen if you want. Okay, and from there you need to click on that publish branch, whatever the tab there you see. That tab will actually send your code to GitHub at the very first time. Okay, there are multiple ways to do these things. We are doing the actually following the simple approach here.
Okay, thank you. I will try.
Yeah, just let me know, okay, if I can help. And guys, somebody has sent me some messages. I haven't actually able to reply them. I was quite busy yesterday, so I'll just connect with you after this session. All right, guys. I haven't actually looked at your messages. I need to actually see all of your messages and reply to you. So yeah, just go inside your project feedback app. Don't be confused with other folders that I have. Okay, these are not required, and you can just ignore these other folders. Inside feedback app, we have something like assets. We don't need these assets. You can simply safely delete this one. Okay, we are refactoring something here. And we don't need this app.css as well. You can safely delete this as well. Okay, we have deleted two things from there, assets folder and app.css. Now go inside app.jsx and delete everything from here and create a brand new component. Just by tagging rfce, we can create a component there, right? Okay. And actually start the live server as well right now. You can just type yarn start here. Or no, I think yarn start will not work there. Let me see. You need to type this command, yarn dev command there. Okay, and here, let's see. Yeah, we can see app on our browser. Okay, this is on the middle because some CSS are actually controlling the behavior on the screen. We can go to index.css and remove every CSS from there as well. we are going to actually put some CSS in here. But for now, you can delete this file as well. Okay, just delete this file index.css from here. We don't need this. Okay, and go to main.jsx and delete this line as well. This is about removing unnecessary code that we have there. We just need this line of code in main.jsx and this component in app.jsx. That's all. And let's see. Yeah, we have this output app on our screen.
Sorry. What did you do in main.jsx? Did you do anything?
Yeah, I deleted that import statement, actually this one, which is importing index.css. We don't need that line number 4.
You deleted that?
Right. Okay, we can just delete it. And yeah, we have simple 2 files here, main.jsx and app.jsx. Now let me commit at this state one more time. What I did is here, I refactored some code. So let me commit and push at with the same command, but you will type git commit, git add all, and git commit. Okay, whenever I am writing this command, you need to actually type 2 commands there. First, you need to type git add all, and then you need to type git commit and your commit message. Okay, and then you need to also type git push as well. I'm doing these 3 things with a single command, but you need to type 3 commands separately.
Hey, Gaurav, can you repeat that again, please?
That I did right here. SRC. Or is it regarding this command?
Yeah, regarding this command, you said 3 things, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let me do it then. You need to do git add. You can write it, okay? These are always required. So you will type this command within the bootcamp many times as well, while practicing many times as well. And these are always required while pushing your code to GitHub. Okay, so the first command is git add dot. Okay, dot means adding all of these things from here. Okay, we can also type the file name here, but you can simply type dot, means we will send all of these things from changes to the on-stage section. Look at this changes files on the left and see they will go to on-stage section once I click this command. Sorry, stage section from here. So this is not refreshing on the real time. Let me see if I can do this. I think it's happening, right? Maybe I need to go inside that feedback app. I don't know if it should work, but let me see, where am I currently? I'm inside the feedback app, I think. Or did I actually? Okay.
You are in different folder, or
Yeah. Let me go to feedback app here. But it should work. Let me go one step back, because you will always be in the parent folder. You don't have to do this step because I have multiple folders here. That's why I'm trying to move back and forth here. Let me go to the outermost and type git status here. Okay. And yeah, let me clear this stuff. So you will type these 3 commands. The first command is git add dot. This will actually move this from changes to staged section. And the second command is git commit m, and you can type code refactored or initial code refactored. This is the commit message. This is the second command you need to type. And the third command is git push. Okay, these are the command you will always need. Now this will actually push your code from your local machine to the remote repository, to the VS, to the GitHub. Okay, is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you, Doc.
Okay, then. So now we are going to create some components there. You can start your project and see the output. You'll see app here on the terminal. And just go right click on and click on the inspect tab. And can you see there on the right, this arrow? Click there and can you see components? You'll only see this tab if you have installed that React Developer Tool extension that we installed previously, this one. You need to install this extension to Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox. Okay. And if you are learning React, if you are learning CSS, then Mozilla Firefox is a great browser actually. So with React, you can go with Google Chrome as well. So here is a React Developer Tool extension, which is actually providing you the components. Just click on that components and see if you have this app component there or not. This is the app component actually. If you click there, you will see some information about this component. This is app component actually. It doesn't actually accept any props currently. And this component is rendered by Create Root and React DOM version 18.2. It means we have where is this app component rendered? Inside main.jsx with the help of Create Root actually, right here. And the React version that we are using is React version 18.2, which is the recent version of the React. This version was introduced few months ago actually. There are a lot of actually benefits of or added features in there. We'll see slightly later about React 18.
Hey, Gork, I'm not seeing component in my console. I mean, when I do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Can you share your screen if possible?
oh, yeah.
Otherwise,
Let me do it. Can you see my screen?
yeah, I can see your screen.
So it's supposed to be here, right? But I'm not seeing it here.
I can only see your VS Code. Are you sharing Google Chrome as well?
I tried to, but it's my first time sharing a screen.
And you can disconnect and share once again. Try it once. Can you open VS Code there? I can see you have. I can see your desktop as well. Maybe I can see your Google Chrome as well.
Can you see it now?
No, actually, I'm not seeing it.
Okay, let me stop sharing and.
Ramsey, you need to bring that to the, the screen. I think you are
Yeah,
using two monitors.
we can see that, Ramsey. Previously, you were on the correct desktop actually. Can you bring this here on the other one? Yeah, right here. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I think you haven't installed that extension, right?
So how do I install it? Maybe I lost
Yeah,
it.
go to the another tab in Google Chrome and search React Developer Tools. Yeah, the second one. Yeah. And you can also type Google Chrome there because this is the extension of Google Chrome. It is not showing there. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can type it once. Google Chrome React Developer Tools. You can type there, and it will show you the
Is
correct
it
extension.
Google Chrome, right? And React developer tool.
Right.
There you
go. This Yahoo search engine is not that much good. That's why, right? It is not showing exact result that you want. You can type. Can you go to google.com and search the same query there? It will show you the result.
Okay.
Just on your search tab, on the above search tab, the URL section, type google.com.
Okay.
Yeah, now here, just search for the same result. React Developer Tools. Yeah, Chrome, the third one. Okay, the second link, React Developer Tools. Can you see? Down there. Yeah. Okay, add this to your Chrome. Click on Add to Chrome. Add this extension. Okay, now you will see the extension component on the right click. Can you try that?
Should I refresh it?
Yeah, otherwise restart this Google Chrome, close this one and open this once again. You will see components there.
Okay, I'll try it. Thank you.
So let's go once again. This is useful to you. This is useful to you because we will see components rendering the information of props, which component is rendering this component, what is the source file, where your component is rendered. A lot of information will be useful to you later. Currently, there are nothing more to see, but let's try. Let me do one thing here. Let me create a component folder in there, okay? Right here, I'm going to create components folder. And there, I'm going to write feedback.js X component. I'm going to create feedback component inside feedback.jsx file. I'm going to write rfce. It will just generate simple script actually, right? Simple code, which will actually create a component in there. Now let me render this component inside app right here. Now this component is rendered inside app. And now let's go to our Chrome and refresh it once again. Yeah, here you can see there is a nested structure now. Why this nested structure? Because now feedback component is rendered inside app component. You can see the information here on the right. The current component that you are selecting is a feedback component, which is rendered by this app component actually, right? And where is this feedback component rendered? The source file name is app.jsx. And maybe it is matching the line. Is it on line 5? Let's see. Actually, or not on line 5 exactly, but it is actually here on line number 7, right? So we can see these components are displayed on the React Developer Tools. Now let's go to feedback and accept some props here. Let's say text. We are going to accept text prop. Now let me save it once again and let me go here. Maybe I need to refresh it one more time. No prop is showing. We are actually trying to actually accept some prop, but it is not passed from here. It is not passed. Let me try to provide some default value to it. This one. Initial or test feedback. Test feedback. Default value is also not working, I think. And let's try passing the real prop. Actually, that is not a prop, right? That is a prop destructuring initial value. Let's try to pass a real prop from here, text. And this is actually my feedback. Let me save this now and let's go. And now can you see? This is the prop which we are passing inside this feedback app. Now we can see the information of these props as well. So in this way, we will see the information regarding our React components in the React developer tools. This is just to debug your code, just to see your code, just to visualize components on the browser as well. If you hover over here, this is the feedback component. Okay. Later we'll add other components as well, and you'll see the nested stubs are there as well.
Can you
All
go
right.
back, please?
Yeah.
This is an app, right?
Yeah, this is app component. This one is app component. We are inside app file actually.
Gorak, sorry, I'm having some trouble.
Yeah, what is your issue?
So when I can't open the like it on the browser, like I can't see my app on the browser. So like, do you mind if I share my screen?
Yes, please.
Okay. So when I do, oh God, sorry. So, because when I think I was supposed to click, oh, sorry, I can't type right now. Cross that out. When I click yarn start or yarn dev, this is what it shows me.
Okay. Um. Yeah. Can you open your package.json file? Let's see.
Yes.
Why do you have why do you have two package.json there? Maybe you have that feedback app folder inside your project one, I think, right?
Yeah, in the project one, and then I have the feedback up
You
here.
have other files there as well on the outside.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
So should I just completely restart everything? Or
you can simply open that feedback app with GitHub, sorry, VS Code. Close this VS Code first and go to the feedback app. Where is that
so
project?
go
Where is that folder? I think that is on the desktop, right?
yeah, project one
Yeah,
is where I started.
you can close this VS Code. We don't need to open this one directly, or you can open that folder from here as well. You
Okay.
can click open folder,
Uh-huh.
and go to, go inside the project one folder
Mm-hmm.
and go inside feedback app. Oh, okay. Some of the files are missing from here. Maybe these files are not in the correct position,
Mm-hmm.
right? Maybe you moved some files from one folders to another folders. That may
Oh,
be the
okay.
reason.
Oh, so should I just restart the entire thing? Like make a new folder and everything?
Yeah, that will actually, that will also work.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of
Okay.
actually, finding the issue here, you can do that as well.
Okay, then I'll just do that. Thank you. Stop sharing my screen.
Okay, what I did is showed you by creating a simple component here inside components folder. We rendered this component in app, right? And we ran this component in our browser. We saw that we can see the component inside app. This is a parent, right? This is a child. So we can see the child-parent relationship from here as well. And we visualize this using React developer tools, right? So yeah,
I'm sorry, did you do anything else besides this?
no, nothing else.
Not in feedback.jsx?
Inside feedback.jsx, we have a simple component there, nothing special.
Or text
Right.
equals to test feedback.
But this one is actually accepting props. We don't need that. Is just to show you one example. Let me actually delete this file from here. We are starting once again. That was just for demonstration purpose. How
But
we
I
can
didn't get
actually,
the text here. That's what's going on.
oh, on the developer tools.
Oh, the developers here. This
You need
says
to pass
blank
prop. You need to pass prop from here.
feedback text. That's what I did from app.jsx.
And try restarting your, try refreshing your browser as well once. It also not working, right?
No.
It's the same thing for me.
Then let's see some of your screen. Can you see it, please?
Yeah, I'll share. Okay, there you go. So this is what I have.
Okay. Yeah.
And I refreshed it.
Can you click on that feedback, please? On the browser. Inside, yeah. Inside
There?
component.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't selected any component yet.
Thank you.
Okay. Is that problem solved for others as well who are not seeing that text? Okay. Now we are going to create some components. We need header, body, as well as footer to display some content, right? A simple website layout. We need some header, we need some footer, we need some body as well. So let's create those essential components. Actually, you can go in VS Code. I'm going to delete this one. Okay, I don't need this one actually right now. Maybe we can create if we need later, and delete this one line as well. Now let's create a component here which is header, because we need header section. Essentially, we want to simulate. Maybe I can open some website, google.com will help, I think. There we can see some header on the header side. On the right, we have some menu, right? Navigation. This is the body part, and this is the footer. So we want to implement the similar structure now. So this is a header component. Let's create a component initial code here. So, and we can render this one here, right? We created a simple component rendered in our app.jsx. Something is not good here. Let me see. We don't have feedback. Let me remove this one. And we don't need React as well there. All right, so nothing is there because do we have header or not? We have header, but nothing is showing there. No component is seen.
Does it need to be JSX?
Oh yeah, right. That needs to be JSX. That's correct. Maybe I have some warnings or errors here, right? Error is not defined as well. Okay. So I need to make this JSX because with it, we need to make this JSX. And it is also not imported here. I need to import this on the top as well. Oh, we are talking about absolute and relative import as well. Maybe we'll see this, implement this on our project, okay? We'll implement this importing syntax on the project itself. For now, you need to use relative import here, /component/header. Now let's see. Yeah, we have header here. And in the components, we have header. Okay. I'm going to create a CSS file for this one, right? Header.module.css. And here we'll write some CSS. For example, let's write some CSS for container class. We don't have any container class yet. Let's go and make here. So I'm going to provide this div or container class, or let me wrap this div within header. There is a header semantic HTML element that we have instead of div. Now here, I'm going to wrap it now inside div. This is just the structure. Now inside h1 or h2 maybe, we will actually, let me for now show header directly here. Later we'll actually display some text there. And I'm going to write some class name here, like container. And for this container class, I'll write some CSS here, like background color red, let's say. And now, can I use this can I style this component with this container class? Will it work? What do you think? Or do I need to import in other way? Let's see on our output. The background color is not red here. Not working. CSS is not working, right? Why do you think that CSS is not working here? Actually, these are not never linked with each other, right? Are we connecting this CSS file with component that we have?
We are too busy typing what you're typing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can just look at for a moment, and I'll give you time then, okay? And I'll post this code to GitHub. I'll give you some time. Then I think it is better to do this work.
Hey, Gorak, I got a quick question.
Yeah.
For the header modulus css, do we need to write modulus or just we can do header.css?
Yeah, I talked about this one previously. This is CSS module concept, which is different from the traditional CSS that we are writing. Okay.
Oh, okay.
If you write CSS module, then there is a benefit of writing unique CSS class for each and every component. There will be no global CSS conflict. Okay, CSS will be generated randomly. That's why we are using module.
Oh, okay, I got it now. Thank you.
So yeah, let me just quickly implement. Let me just hand over this work for you then. So try to implement this CSS here, where I'm not seeing background color here. So try to connect this CSS with header.jsx and try to render this component, and I'll come back to you. Okay, I'm just waiting for you. Just let me know if you have some issue here. Okay, you need to create a component header.jsx, create another file header.module.css, render this component in app.jsx, and apply the CSS background color to this HTML element, this one. Okay, once you are done, then we will move ahead.
Gaurav, can I see app.jsx? What do you have inside the
Away all the time. Just give me a moment, okay? So inside app.jsx, this is header. Let me move this on the right. And this is app. Okay, we are rendering this header to app here on line number 6. Let me know, okay? I'm just waiting for you.
Can you show the CSS module? I know it's something simple, but
Yeah, this is simply CSS rule, okay? Simple CSS rule.
Don't we need to import the CSS module file to JSX?
Yeah, that thing you need to do actually. That is the work I assigned to you.
Gorak, on the main.jsx, we're getting the element app, right, instead of root.
In main.jsx, right here, right? Let me
Yeah.
close this one. In this location.
Yeah.
This is just an ID. It doesn't matter. Just look at the ID here in index.html and write whatever ID you have. Here is a root. That's why here is root. If you have different ID, then you need to write the same ID name here. Okay. Is that app for you? It will be root initially, right?
Yeah, it was root, but it was on double quotation. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference.
Oh, double quote, single quote doesn't matter. They are the same thing.
And Gork, have you not been using the go live button to like start the server?
No. With React, we will not use this button. Okay, we'll use terminal. We'll write yarn dev command here. We start the project.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Okay, your job is to import CSS module. Use CSS module, apply CSS to header component actually.
Sorry, Gora, can you go back to the app.jsx?
Okay. Yeah, can somebody send me? I think I cannot currently communicate with the pull request. Maybe we'll work together later. Currently, let me just set up some initial structure. Then we'll work together. Okay? You will send me pull request. For example, currently we can implement this feature, right? Maybe somebody of you have already implemented this. So then you will send pull request at that time. So currently you don't have to, but later we'll do these things together. You will send pull request, I'll merge it, and we'll work together actually. Okay, and your header component is here. I think it should be done, right? Until now it should be done, I think. So can somebody assist me? How did you implement this CSS module with header component? What should I do here?
First, you have to import the CSS model, like creating import and anything like styles.
Okay, import
from
styles from
from like that header.model CSS.
Side code, right?
Yep.
And you need to write dot slash as well
Dot
because
slash. Yeah.
we are in the current folder. Whenever you are in the current folder, you write dot slash header dot
model.css. Then at class name we have to use by like object dot like now styles dot container.
To remove this then, right?
Inside curly braces.
Inside curly braces. Just remove it and inside curly brace, write styles
Dot container. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. So now we applied our CSS to the component. Now CSS is also connected. So let me commit at this stage. Creating header component and applying CSS with CSS module. Okay.
Burak, one question.
Yeah.
So every time you put in the CSS, right? So you have to put the styles dot container every time, like wherever you want to put your CSS.
Yeah, whenever you want to apply a class, there you have your CSS, right? Within your class, you will have your CSS. Then the class name will be different. Currently, it is container for the Steve class. Maybe that will be box later. That will be anything. The class name may be anything. And whenever you want to apply that class to your element, HTML element, you will write styles.classname. Okay, whatever the name that you have written here. Currently, it is container. That's why it is styles.container. If you have another class called box, then you will write styles.boxy.
Okay, and why is that number one line, right? The import styles is not in app.jsx. Why is it on header.jsx?
Because we want this CSS in header, right? Not in app. This CSS is a part of header component. That's why it is here.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
So, okay. Yeah, you can try writing other classes there as well, or other CSS there as well. Let's set up some more thing here. We can accept some props here, right? For example, if I accept something like text, I will need to pass it from here, from app. Where it is rendered in app. How can we know? We can go in React Developer Tools and see, click here, and we'll see the name of the component which is rendering this header component. So the name of the component is app, which is rendering this header component. So let's go to that app component here, and let's pass that text prop. Okay, I'm going to pass test header for now. Test header is passed from here. It is now received here. Now I'm going to print this here. Text. So I need to actually go inside JavaScript. Now let's go. And this is a test header. Now you can see the information of the props here, right? So the header component is accepting a prop test header. It is rendered by this app component. But if you are not passing your text from app, then it will not show anything, right? If I remove this text from here, now it will not show anything because nothing is coming here. That prop is actually undefined, right? So what we need to do here is write the default value, right? So this is the default text, something like this. Okay, now we are going to see the default value here. That is already done, right? That is not a special thing that we are doing here. But I'm doing this because we want to actually validate this prop all the time. What do I mean by validate? we want to actually always pass text here. We don't want to pass number inside text, right? What happens what will happen if you pass number 10 here or number 20 here? Will it work or will it not work? Currently, we are accepting a string there. We are accepting text there, but we are passing number from here. What do you think? Will it work or not?
No.
Currently, it should not work, right? As per our understanding. But JavaScript will actually understand this. It will actually work there. So we can pass number as well inside text. So we haven't actually said, hey, this text needs to be always a number. We haven't specified anywhere, right? If you are coming from other programming language like Java or C, C++, then there you have noticed that we can create a variable which will store text initially, and later it will not store any other data type, right? It will not store number or object or array later, right? But JavaScript has slightly different approach. JavaScript can actually handle multiple data type within a same variable. So if you are passing text initially, later you can pass number. There is a problem in JavaScript actually. That's why we are using TypeScript later to solve this issue. But currently you can pass number from here, number 20. That is coming here, and we are saying printing number 20 here. So we need something here which we will say that, hey, this text is always going to be a string. You cannot pass number, you cannot pass array, you cannot pass something else than string. We need to say that. Okay, otherwise this application will break actually. If you think, for example, let's say that I pass an array from here or object from here, let's say. So object A of value 10. And let me save this. And let me go to the console. Now this application is not working. It has some error. So it shouldn't happen actually, right? We can now pass anything. That's why it is happening. So we need to fix this issue actually. We always need to pass text here. So now these are props, right? This is a prop. We need to validate this prop. There is a popular package called prop types actually. Prop types. So let me go to, we are using yarn, right? Let me go to yarnpkg.com. And here we'll write prop types. And this is the package we need actually. Now we need some third-party utility function which will help us to handle this situation for us, which will help us to actually validate these props. Okay, which will help us to validate the type of the props. All right, is that fine? So now we are going to install this one. This is also created by the official Facebook team actually. So this is a part of React team actually. But later we will discover something regarding, we will actually understand what is TypeScript. And now with TypeScript, we don't need this prop actually, prop types package. Because we don't have TypeScript right now, that's why we need this. Nowadays, I have seen that many organizations or many projects are not using these prop types. They are using TypeScript. But we need to understand why do we need TypeScript, right? So let's use this one. How can we install some package now here on the terminal, guys? Can you help me? How can we install that prop types here in the project?
Just
in the
copy
current
and
project?
paste. What do you have there? Yarn
Uh,
support.
this one, right?
Yeah, yarn add prop type.
Right. Just copy this command and paste on your terminal. Simple, right? and it will actually show you this package name here inside the dependency, okay, inside the dependency of your project. But I think I did something wrong here. Do you know? Do you know what I did here? Maybe let me go back, and here is a node underscore module that shouldn't be here. You will not face this problem. Actually, I have different folders, that's why it's causing this issue. I need to go inside feedback app, then I need to install that one there. Let me delete this one from here now, and let me delete this package.json. So you don't have to do this. Delete this one as well. So I need to first go to back app here. Now I will actually paste it here. So let's go and see if it is there or not. Okay, this is here inside dependencies. So can you all guys install this dependency, this package to your project? Then we'll continue. Yeah, if you have some issue, then we can work together. Just install that prop types package. We need that prop types package to validate the props that we have.
What do I? Sorry, Greg. What do I type into install the prop package?
You mean what should you type, right, to install that prop
Yes.
type?
Yes. Yes.
Go to this website and you have the command here. Okay, search for these prop types on the search bar. Actually, you need to type yarn space add space prop hyphen types. You can just copy this command and paste it in your terminal and hit
Okay.
enter.
Okay. Thank you.
Gorak, do I need to delete the package log.json file before I run the command?
No. I did that because I did something wrong. You don't have to follow me right there, okay? Because I have my.
I'm actually getting a warning saying your project contains log files, and it's preventing me from completing the installation.
Yeah, maybe you can share me your screen, then we can see here.
Yes, can you see my screen?
So you have, let's see. No log file found. And where is your yarn.log file actually?
Your package name is wrong. I think like it's
Oh, that is package dash dash.
props slash type. I think.
No, that's fine. Actually, the issue here is you are not using yarn here. You are using npm. That is the first thing I can see in your current project structure.
Okay. Oh yeah, that could very well be the case.
Just try.
Yarn install.
Yeah, no. In order to install package with npm, you need to type npm I prop types. Instead of yarn add, you need to replace that word with npm I, npm space I.
Correct. So once we are here, so is it like we don't have anything like going back to yarn? So what if we are here and we still want to use yarn?
Yeah, currently you can use yarn. Currently it doesn't matter, but if your project grows, then you shouldn't do that, because it cannot actually install the exact sub dependencies sometimes. But right now you can do that. Right now what you can do is delete node underscore modules, delete package dash log.json, and just write yarn and hit enter. It will generate yarn.log file for you.
Cool. Thank you. Let's hear.
Yeah, I'm slightly out of my home today, so causing some background noises. Are you hearing me properly, everyone?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we can hear you.
Oh, okay, great. So we installed that package called prop types. Let me commit at this stage. Git cmp prop types package added here. So the main purpose of that package is to actually strictly type these props. For example, currently we can pass numbers as well as we can pass strings as well as we can pass objects. We need to actually restrict these things. We need to always pass strings there. So what we will do is import that package here. Better to import your main package on the top and your one files later. Import import your prop types package. Okay, that will be the default import. You can sometimes see the documentation as well. So prop types from prop types. This is the package that we just installed, and this name can be anything. Okay, and what we will do is outside of your component, we will use these prop types. So we will use these prop types to which component we are typing the props to for header component, right? We want to validate the prop for header component here. That's why let's use this prop types package to header components. So inside header component, if I let me console log this header component and see if I can see something there or not. Header, and let me save this. And let me save this, and let's see. Yeah, we are directly seeing this component here. We don't have something called prop types here currently. And let's set that prop types then. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to set a property in header component, header dot prop types. This is a property in header component. And there we are going to validate this text prop actually. So this is like an object. So in that object, we are going to validate that text prop. Now we will use this prop types package. With the help of this prop types package, we will validate that text prop, and we will say that text prop is always going to be string from here. Okay, this is like object, so we need to separate it like at the end. So what we did is we created this is small p. Okay, this is not this prop types. This is a property that we set here on header. So header dot prop types is equals to the object which will actually hold our props. Currently, it is only holding this text prop. And now let's see. I'm going to pass. I said that here we are always going to accept the text which is going to be string all the time. Now let me go to app.jsx and pass number from here instead of string. And let's go and see if we have some. It is still working, right? It's still working. Let me go to console. And there you'll see the warning. This is coming from that prop types package actually. So it says failed prop types, invalid prop, text of type number supplied to header, right? Because the type we need is a string, right? Accepted type is a string. We are sending a number from here. That's why it is providing you error there. It is a warning. If you want to send user error actually, then you need to strictly validate that prop. strictly means you'll write here is required. Let me save now and go to the output here. I refresh now. Now this is actually, oh, okay. Now let me not pass anything from here. Let me not pass anything from here. And let me not accept that as a default value here as well. Okay. So let me save it and let's see. Now application is breaking. It is not working. It says failed prop types. The prop text is marked as required in header, but its value is undefined. What we said here is this prop types needs to be there. Sorry, this props needs to be there. The value needs to be there. There is required return, right? If I remove this is required from here, then let me refresh. Nothing, no warning here, right? No warning. And everything is fine. Nothing on the screen because we don't have any value, and no warning here as well. But if we say that this is required, then we'll see warnings there. And we need to actually fix this warning. This is like error. This will break our application. We need to fix it. That's why we either need to accept default value here. If I go there, still we have the default value, but the warning is there because we said that prop is always required. Then we need to pass it from here as well. We need to pass this value from here. Okay, text equals hello. Now it shouldn't show us any error there. Everything is fine. But if you try to send other values type rather than a string, then it will provide you error there. All right, so at this stage, let me commit this code. Just try to follow my code and complete this yourself and try to pass another prop here. Okay, try to pass another prop, which is called busy color, something like that, busy color, accept busy color prop here and validate that prop from here, as well as validate that prop from here, as well as send that prop from your app component as well. All right, and just try to complete my code. Try to sync with me. Let me commit at this stage. So prop validated with prop types. I have sent this code to GitHub. You can just go in GitHub and see my code if you want. And I'm just waiting you for a few moments. Maybe do you need some break here?
Yes, we can take break.
Yeah, can I see app.jsx?
Yeah, the code is already in GitHub. Okay, Samik, is it Samik?
Yes.
Yeah, code is already in GitHub. You can go and see app.jsx code there. Okay, will that work for you?
Yeah, it will.
Okay, so let's take around 10 minutes break and we'll continue this session. Thank you. And it seems like it's not working at mine. I don't know what is the issue here. Let me disconnect and try to reconnect. Okay, everyone. So let's start after 1 minute, right? All right, so let's continue. Did you work with my code, everyone? Is there any problem copying my code and running your React app? Now, can you use prop types package yourself? The first thing you need to implement is you need to install is the prop types package itself, right? And then you need to validate those props inside that prop types package. So choose the component that you need and validate your props. Let me share my screen. You can type, you can accept as many props as you need. For example, if you have another prop, like something like text color, we have text there. Thing is not working. Text color. Text color. And this is another prop we have. We can actually once again validate this prop. Text color. And let's say that text color is also going to be string all the time. So if you want to accept this prop all the time, you can write is required. But if you don't want to accept this prop all the time, if it is the optional prop, then you can write, you can actually skip this is required from here.
So when you say string, does it also take number?
Right. It will also take number. For example, I have like something like I'm accepting something like header count. If you are writing a string and if you are typing it, this will now not accept number, but it will also accept number if you write something like header count. Let's validate this with prop types dot number. You can write number as well here. Okay, now your header count will accept number. Is that fine? Is that what you are asking?
I was actually asking about the text prop type. Is it dot string is required?
Okay.
So does this one accept number?
No, this will not accept number. We said it will only accept a string here.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, this is the initial structure we will follow everywhere, okay? We will create a component. Whenever you are accepting some prop there, you need to validate that prop. There is a default value you can set. It is good practice to set the default value all the time, okay? Because you may not be passing the value and you will be using it. Or maybe this is a reusable component, right? We will use it anywhere else. At that time, what you can do is pass a default value here as well. For example, the color is like, and this is, you can say, some hex color. So 30 here, which will represent black color, 60 represent black color actually. So better to actually pass the initial value. You can just pass a string here as well. Yeah. Okay. Let me remove this header count. We don't need this one. It is better to always pass default value as well. Okay. For example, if you have something like background color, easy color, let's say, and if you always want background color to be white, if nothing is passed, then you can pass a default value white here. Okay, and just validate that here as well. Just write bg color and say what is the data type. The data type here is once again a string, because we are accepting a string here. So all of them are string currently. All right, this is the initial structure. Sometimes if you want to write CSS within your component, for example, let's say that let's apply some CSS here. So, okay, we have container. Let's go in that header.module, and let's say that the color is going to be green, or let's say white. Color is going to be white here. Let me have another class here, class name, and we don't have any class here. So let's create somewhere else. You can just create your inline, your CSS within your React file as well. You can just create your CSS right here inside your component as well sometimes if you need. For example, if you want to create some CSS for this header only, for this component only, if you don't want to write CSS inside CSS module, you can simply write your CSS here like CSS in object, okay? Because we are accepting styles in object as well. Something like header styles equals, and let's set background color here. And you need to write it in camel case notation. This is really important. So what you will write is background color in this format here. If you want to write CSS directly here, let's say red. There is one difference, okay? Writing CSS. This is like writing CSS within your component. You are storing CSS variable value, and this should be also now inside a string. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay. And this is object actually. Now there is some difference writing CSS here within your component and writing CSS within CSS file. There you will just write background color in this way. You will write background -color. But within JavaScript, within your component, we'll write everything in camel case. So variable name here, the property name here should be in camel case, background color. Okay, and this should be inside double or single quote. This is a string. That is important, okay? Or you can accept this background color from here as well. Let me accept this BG color. So can I write BG color here? What do you think? Will it work? Is this the location of JavaScript that I am writing? Is this the location of JavaScript? No?
Yes.
Yes, this is the location of JavaScript. I can write JavaScript here, right? This is simply a JavaScript object where we are storing the value of CSS. Isn't this a JavaScript object? This is the JavaScript object, right?
Yes.
The property background color is the variable name BG color, which is storing the value white. You can write red here as well. That is the default one you need. Let's say text color is white. And if I save now, and we haven't applied this CSS here, this CSS. So what we need to do is apply this CSS here. This is like inline CSS actually. We need to go inside JavaScript and write the object name here. This is not a good way of writing CSS, but you can also write CSS in this way as well. So nothing is working. Maybe we are missing text there, right? Are we? Header text is not also visible. That is white, I think. That's why. But why this background color is not visible now? The header styles is attached now.
You're
Easy color.
using
Yeah.
you're using
So,
two CSS?
yeah, for
The
different
styles
elements.
dot container also CSS.
Yeah, we can use as much CSS as we want, right? Because these are for different these different elements. This is for div, this is for header, right?
Oh,
We
yeah.
can use the same CSS here as well. That doesn't matter. Am I also missing something here? Not showing. Output is not showing here. Am I missing something that you can see?
I think you put the text color and background color both white. That's why.
Right? VG color is red there, I think, right?
Yeah.
VG color is red. Should be
You
red
said you
actually.
needed to be inside a double quote or single quote. Line number 7.
That is a variable name actually. VG color is not a text, not a string, right? That is a variable name coming from
Yeah.
a VG color. That's fine. Can you see something that I am not seeing? Something is missing here. Something is not good actually. We cannot see that text as well. VG, where is the default text? We are not passing any text from here currently. We are passing hello. Oh, we need to see hello there. But that text hello is not here. Something is wrong. Maybe, yeah.
Maybe that's coming from header.module CSS.
Header.module.css. Which one? Style.container. This is CSS that is coming from there, yeah.
I
But
think
this is
you need to write header styles dot background color, because that is we have used as object list of objects.
no, that is not what we will do with CSS. Here, actually, this is like inline CSS. Okay, this will actually check all of the CSS from here and actually replace your variable name with the CSS that you have written. Oh, let me delete everything. You can also write this syntax instead of writing storing in external variable. So there you are seeing two curly braces. One is for JavaScript, one is for JavaScript object. We are storing in some external variable. We are referencing just that variable here. Okay, we will not write header styles dot background color here. Yeah. Any other thing that you can see here? Okay. Maybe we have something which is not good. Sorry. Let's see on React Developer Tools. This is header, which is accepting hello text. And app is actually not accepting any props here. Let me go to element tab first. And there inside body, we have this root coming from which file? Index.html, right?
Yeah.
And let me go inside here. This div, where is this div coming from?
App.js.
Okay, let's go inside app.js. Let's see if we have div there or not. App.js, yeah, that's right. It is coming from here. Okay, let me go one step ahead. And we have something not good here. Okay, object. That is what it is actually missing. So this header, where is this header coming from? Where is this header coming from actually? This header element.
The header component.
Okay. Header component. Okay. And here, okay, here is something which is not actually correct. The CSS is not applied properly. Let me remove the CSS for now. There is something wrong with that CSS, maybe.
One quick question. So, since your header style has like background color, right? Like, what if like you have two properties there? Then how will you call that in the header? So,
Yeah, we'll add those two properties as well. Okay. You mean add other CSS here, right?
yeah, after background color. So, like, I was also expecting like it should be something like header styles dot background dot color. So, if you have multiple properties, then how you gonna call it? Like, if you just call header styles.
Yeah, that's the question. We'll implement that one. Okay, that one as well. Okay? Just
Okay.
give me a moment to fix this, and we'll do that one. So now it should work. Let's see. And because it is white, that's why we are not seeing it. Because I wrote white here, if you remember. That's why we are not seeing that text currently. Oh, I think something is not correctly working on my laptop. A lot of issues. Okay, now hello is here. Hello is also already there. The issue is we are not seeing that background color, right? That is the main issue. Because I missed something at that line. That line is not correct actually. I wrote that line with incorrect syntax. Let me go with that line. This is not correct actually, whatever I am writing here. So the second half is correct after equals. Before equals, it shouldn't be class name here. It should be style prop. Okay, it is already available in HTML. Do you remember? You can style your inline HTML element with this style attribute as well, right? You go here. Let me search for HTML style attribute. You can write that style attribute to your HTML element in this way. And write your inline CSS here. Now you asked me if you have multiple CSS, how you're gonna implement, right? So let's first see if it is working. Now it is working, right? With that style attribute. Don't write class name here. You need to write style if you are using inline styling. This is inline styling actually, which is not a good practice, but we can also do this. I'm just trying to show you some dynamically coming props applied here as well as inline styling concept. So now it is working, right? That is time. So let's add something more like height. This is like writing CSS here, but write it, place this in string. 600 pixel height. Let me save it now. Now we have 600 pixel height. All of the CSS that you write here will work. You don't have to write style.background color, style.height. You will not use only one CSS. All of them will be used at once. Okay. So whatever CSS you are writing here will be used. Actually, what it will do is it will take all of this CSS here, copy all of this CSS here, and place it here. Similar to what you will do in this style attribute in HTML. You write similar syntax, right? Okay. So this is not a reusable CSS variable. That's why you will not take either background color or either height. If you don't need height, then remove it from here. Write whatever you need for this header element only. Okay, you got your answer?
Yeah, I got it. Thanks.
So it means, guys, this is like a JavaScript object, right? This is a JavaScript object actually. Instead of writing CSS outside, you can directly write it here as well. You need to first go inside JavaScript object, right? Another curly brace for JavaScript object. The first one is going into JavaScript, right? Don't call it double curly brace. There are two curly braces. The first one is we want to go inside JavaScript. The second one is we want to go inside JavaScript object. So now I can write background color here as well. Everything that you will write in JavaScript will be in camel case that I previously mentioned you. This is a JavaScript object property. And you can also write this CSS in this way as well. This is nothing. We are simply storing this value outside in some variable. That's all. Okay. Yeah. Any question? If you don't want to use CSS module, then you can directly implement that text color here as well. For example, let's say text color. Are we using it inside header? Yeah, we are using it inside header. Let's not use text color there. We are using text color with his style container. Instead of writing this inline CSS, it is good to write CSS module. This is a good practice. But we can also write CSS in this way as well. Okay, so any more questions? Can we move ahead now? So we need more components. This is a header component this is like a common component if you think, right? If we have multiple pages, your header will be your header navigation will be a common component. For example, if I go to JavaScript, we still have this navigation, right? If I go to Bootstrap, oh, now navigation is changed here, but usually that will not be the case. For example, if I go to home, the navigation is same here. If you see, if I go to get started, this is not changed. So this is like a common component. Can we say this is like a common component? Will you understand? This is like a common element, you can also say. Common section of your page, right? Common section means if you are moving back and forth between different sections there, that is usually for most of the pages that is common. That's why it is better to create a folder inside components called common here. Okay. And inside that common folder, maybe let me create this. This is just a convention I am following. I'm writing, okay, that's fine, components common. This is just a name. Inside common, I am placing this header and header.module. Let me upgrade the import as well. And header.module.css. These are like a common component. Okay? That's why I have placed it inside common folder. Now our header component is almost completed. We will use it later. Currently, this is just displaying text hello here. We don't need that background color currently. Maybe we can add some CSS later. We can add some CSS here as well. You can try it, okay, yourself for now. You can write some CSS like text align center, and it will align your text to center. You can try adding CSS here, okay, and modify the view of the header. But this is currently just a section we created. We'll make it better eventually. Okay, now let me commit at this stage. Git initial header component completed. Is there any question until now? No question for me? Okay, let's create another component then. Let's create a feedback component. We need that feedback component as well. Now the header part is completed. Now let's go inside body in the mid section. And let's create a feedback component, which will actually show the list of available feedbacks to us. Okay, for that we can create like feedback list component. So let's go. I'm going to create files directly there because this is not a common directly creating files inside components. Feedback.jsx. This is not inside common folder, okay? This is outside because this is not a part of common folder. So that will not be a command. This will be the feedback section of the home page actually. Now I think you know these steps, right? What do we need to do after creating a file name for a component here? Can somebody tell me the steps to create a component? What are the steps that we need to follow?
RFCE enter.
RFCE enter will generate a snippet for the component, right? Okay, and you can remove this line, the import React. We don't need this line anymore. And what should I do now from here? We created a component. We need to actually validate the props if it is coming, if some props are coming here. And we need to first see if some props are coming or not. No props are coming, right? So we don't need to validate it. If some props are coming, then we need to validate it using prop types package. We need to provide it a default value as well. So currently there are no props, that's why no need to actually do these things. So this is like feedback list, let's say. All of the list will be here. This is a feedback list component. Let me generate that once again. FCE command. This is a feedback list component. And okay, we need to show, yeah, that's fine. Currently we'll show all the feedbacks here. So where are the feedbacks? We don't have feedbacks currently because we don't have any database. We don't have any backend API. So usually we will get such data from database, right? With the help of APIs. But currently we don't have those things. So let me create another folder here called feedback data. So I'll create a folder called data first, and inside there, I'll create a file called feedback data. Here we will store our data statically currently. Later we will set up our server, one server from the front end, and we will get those data from that server. Currently, I am setting it here directly. I'm actually placing my feedback data in JavaScript array, let's say. Feedback data. And inside JavaScript array, I'm just setting the feedback data here. So currently, I just want to set it directly here, like text here, feedback text, text 1, text 2. Later, I'll set this inside object, but currently I'm directly setting it like elements of array. And let me export it from here. Okay, we have our feedback data now. Now we need that feedback data where? In our feedback list component. So let's render this feedback list component then. Let's go inside app.jsx and render it here. Feedback list component. And let's pass our feedback data from here. So I'm going to pass a prop called data, and inside that prop, the value will be this data, feedback data. So let me make this a small letter because this is not a component, right? So let me accept it here. I can start writing. It will show me suggestion, feedback data. Now it is imported here. It is passed into feedback now, feedback list. Okay. Or you can write feedback here as well. This is feedback data. This is feedback going inside feedback list. Now we need to do something inside feedback list. What do you think? What do we need to do here?
Accept the props.
First, accept the props. Do I need to write the same name here, feedback, or can I write any other name?
The same name.
The same name, because object structuring requires the same property name. Okay. Now, what is the other step?
To display that props. we have to iterate through the array and display them.
But I told you that previously we were not accepting some props here. Now we are accepting some props, right? So can you validate it with prop types?
Yes.
Yeah, just do that yourself, okay? I'm just asking to do that work yourself. Validate this feedback with prop types package. You need to import prop types. Now write feedback list dot prop types, and inside there you need to validate it. They are actually JavaScript array. Just see how to validate JavaScript array. Can you write feedback prop types dot array or not? Just search that on Google.
Can
Okay,
you
what?
can you put a comment there?
Oh yeah, sure, please validate feedback with prop types.
It's an array, right?
Correct. Yeah. Feedback is an array. So let's say that we have validated it already. You can set the default value as well. Okay. This is empty array. If nothing is coming, then that will be empty. So this is good to write as well. Otherwise, your application will break if that is not array, because we are gonna iterate. We are assuming like this is an array. If that is not array, then your application will break. That's why if that is not array, nothing is coming. Then if nothing is coming, then we will have initial value array. Now let's iterate through the list of the feedbacks that we have. How can we iterate over array? What do we need to do?
Function.
Which function?
For each or map.
Map for each, yeah.
For each will not work here. Okay, don't use for if when you are iterating your inside JSX. Don't write for each inside JSX. This is the location of JSX. If you are writing for each inside JSX, for each will return undefined all the time, right? Even if you return yourself. So we don't want to display undefined here. We want to display some JSX element. Instead of for each, what can we use? The other function that we map. Yeah, we will always map over JSX elements actually. So then do I need to go inside JavaScript or can I write map directly here?
You need to give curly braces and then start writing a JavaScript.
Currently I'm inside JSX location. I need to go inside JavaScript location. So what should I write here? Can you suggest me please?
Feedback.map.
Feedback is an array. That's why I can use map here. Okay. So inside map is accepting. Now I think you need to be very comfortable writing this syntax. Otherwise it will be slightly going to be hard for you. Map, we have discovered this a lot of times. Map is a function which will accept a callback function. This is a callback function here. And now I'm directly returning something. Now I'm going to return our list inside let's say currently inside h1 tag. So okay, now what should I write there? I'm missing some of the things. Do I need to write something here, accept something here?
Yeah. Items and key.
Yeah, this is item. Yeah, that's right. This is each and every item, one item at a time. And key, where should I write key?
Just give a comma and write another argument here.
Called key, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I can write index. This is actually index number. So currently we need this index for key. Later we will remove it. Okay. Now where should I use this index?
Inside h1 tag.
Yeah, right here. What should I write here?
ID. ID.
Yeah, we don't need ID. ID will be required for CSS things. We need to write key props all the time inside your JSX, inside the topmost element of the JSX inside your map function. We always need key. We discovered that previously. And that key should be always be unique. That's why I'm writing index here currently. Okay. Later I'll remove this index with some randomly generated unique ID. If you remember, we have used UUID previously. We are going to use that one as well. So here I'm going to print each and every item. That's why I need to go inside JavaScript here. Item. And let's see if I can see something useful on the screen or not. Okay. Yeah, this is text 1 and this is text 2. It is coming from our data actually. Here. If I change something here, like React is like this, and this bootcamp is going great. These are the feedbacks actually. So yeah, this is the text we are seeing. So we have this text in our data. Same text is printing on the screen. Means we are successfully able to get this text. So we are getting this text from data, means we can now get this text from anywhere. Maybe from database, maybe from API. Okay. Maybe we need to tweak that code. We'll do that things later. We have our data separately. We are using our data in our React component here and printing it here. Okay, if you can do this, then we can move into the second part smoothly in this project. Now let's discuss for a few moments, and let me actually, yeah, let's discuss. Please ask me some questions here. Otherwise, I'll also ask you some more questions. Let's discuss for this components part, and we'll move ahead now. Do you have some questions for me? So, in the feedback, we are rendering this list, is an every list, right? It is like a single feedback, right? Is it a single feedback? Can you say uh, this this is coming one at a time, right? You can say this line number 8 is a single feedback, right? Is it a single feedback? Yeah, what was that?
Yeah, this is a single feedback.
This is a single feedback. So can we create another component called feedback? Is my voice breaking, guys? Are you hearing properly?
No, actually today you're like pretty clear.
Oh, okay. So let's create another component called feedback then. Feedback.jsx. You told me that this is like a single feedback. Then let me cut this code from here and paste it in a single feedback then. Let me create another component. And instead of writing this div here, I'll write this. And I don't need this key here now. Now this is a single feedback that we have. I'm actually creating reusable components or separate components. Now we have exported this feedback. Instead of writing x1 here now I can write feedback. I can write feedback here. This feedback is coming from the same feedback file. But we also need key. If you remember, we always need key. Okay, whenever it is a React component or a HTML element, we always need key, otherwise it will not work. It seems to be working, but React cannot handle it properly. Okay, something is not good now. Something is not working. Do you know why? Something is not good here within this
Yeah, I
component.
think we need to pass item as a prop in feedback.
Yeah. We need to now pass that item as a prop. Now it is like prop drilling once again, right? Isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
We are
Passing
passing
prop
prop.
inside the prop. Yeah, yeah.
Actually, we'll solve this situation by context later, but currently we will pass prop from here. So let me pass item equals, the value is coming from item. You can write something like any name here, okay? Something like feedback or single feedback, one at a time. You can write any name, or item is also good. Item equals item will also work. Now item is passed from here. We need to accept it here as well, right? Item. Now it will render that item. Let's see. Once again, it is working. So we are separating our concern here. This is a single feedback. Now we can write our code for single feedback here. That code may be around 20 to 30 lines of code for a single feedback. That is separated. We don't have to write the code for single feedback here on the line number 9, right? We just imported it. Now we'll write this code here. Okay. So this is how we will use components in React. Components are actually a few lines of code which will help you to implement a small task one at a time. Okay, this is helping you to list all the available feedbacks. This is helping you to actually implement a single feedback. This is how you will separate components in React. Eventually, you will realize when should I separate the component. When something, the scope, when something is different from the current file, the main job of this feedback list is to display the list of feedbacks, not to actually work with the one feedback at a time, right? That's why we are displaying the list of feedback from here. If you want to work with a single feedback, then we'll go into another component here and we'll actually work on the single feedback here. But they are still connected. This feedback is connected here. Okay. Is that fine, everyone? Any question for me? Okay. So you can create corresponding CSS for each and every files like feedback.jsx. Now you can create feedback.module.css, right? For feedback list as well, you can create a CSS file called feedbacklist.module.css. And just try to actually write some CSS here, connect this CSS to the corresponding file and try to work on yourself. Okay, this is write CSS for feedback list component here. Okay, just try it yourself first. And CSS for feedback component here as well, right? You need to do it yourself first, okay? Just try it. And one more thing I want to say here is we have our data here. Usually our data will be in the format will come inside object inside an array. If you see the real API, let's go to GitHub public API once again, or let's go to api.github.com, github.com/users. Now, can you see we have the array, outermost is an array, and what is inside array? What is inside array there?
The object.
What are these? Yes, the object. Object is inside array. There are many objects we have here, around I think 30, 46, I think, yeah. So each and every object is containing some properties like login, ID, node ID. So usually we will get data in that format. Here our format is not that much good. We have outer array. Let's create object here. And that's right. Our feedback text is the previous text. Let me cut this text from here. And the object will hold text, the feedback text. So let's create another object here. Object will hold the property called text. Each and every object will hold the same property name. Otherwise, we cannot map over, right? The other property that it will hold is ID. Let's say the ID is 1. The ID is 2. Each and every element coming from database, each and every data coming from database will have their own unique ID when you are working on the real world project. But here we are simulating our database. That's why we are writing our own ID, and text is also here. Okay. So since ID is coming from the data itself, we can go inside app.jsx. Sorry, we can go inside feedback list.jsx, and instead of writing index here, we don't need this index. I told you that this index is not a good choice to use in place of key. Instead, we will use the unique ID coming from database, or we'll generate one if that is not coming from database. Currently, the ID is also coming here. So I can write item.id, right? Item is that single object, it's an every object, right? It's an every object.id contains the key. So we are forwarding this item to feedback component here, and we are displaying this item. So what do I need to do here to correctly display the text of that item? On line number 2. Yeah, I need to write dot text here because it is inside that text property now. So everything should work now. We're still seeing the same output. Okay, so this is the initial setup for our React project. Is this fine, everyone? Do you want to ask me something until now? Are you understanding it? Everything that I am doing here? Yeah. Okay, then let me send this code to GitHub so that you can get it from there.
So we don't have to put the key on that h1 tag?
No. You will place key whenever you are using map. Are we using map here?
No, by extracting from props.
After map, there you will see your HTML element or component. On that component or HTML element only, you will use key. It means here we are using map, and after map we are using this component. That's why we will use key here. Okay. So initial feedback component is added here. Feedback related components. One is feedback list, another is feedback component itself. Now, if you go to React Developer Tools, inside components, here is a nested structure now. This is something interesting, right? Why do we have this? You can collapse it. Why do we have header and feedback list inside app here? Are they the part of app? Are they inside app? Is header and feedback list rendered inside app?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So inside app, header and feedback list is rendered. That's why they are inside here. So if you expand this feedback list, we are seeing two more components. But are we creating two components, two feedback components here? Or are we rendering two feedback components inside feedback list? Or are we only rendering one feedback component here on line number 9? What do you think? How many components are generating from line number 9?
It is
We are
very
writing.
like twice. So
Yeah, correct. Map function will generate two feedback components actually here. It is written only once, but it will be generated depending upon the length of this feedback, right? Length of this feedback means there are two elements inside this feedback currently. So the map method will generate two feedback components. That's why you are seeing two feedback components here. And you can see they are for different feedback. The first feedback is accepting a key value 1. Second feedback is accepting a key value 2 because we have like feedback.item, sorry, item.id here. The item.id for the first feedback is 1. ID for the second feedback is 2 here. This is the first feedback and this is the second feedback actually. Okay. You can also try clicking on the feedback itself. And now you will see the exact prop coming into that feedback. This is the exact prop coming into that feedback. And this feedback is first rendered by this feedback list component. It means it is the child of feedback list component and it is the grandchild of app component. It means app component is rendering feedback list and feedback list is rendering feedback component here. All right, everyone. Is that fine for now? You want to ask me something? Some question here? Okay, then. So this is all what we want to do today, implement today regarding feedback app. We set up the initial component that we need. We set up the data as well for feedback data here. Later, we will implement server as well, similar to the backend database, similar to the backend server, similar to API. Okay, we'll simulate that server here in the project. Maybe later we will use context API here to resolve this context problem, this prop drilling problem. Okay. Okay then. So any question?
Yeah, I think I got one simple question. Just instead of passing as props like the feedback data, we are passing it as a prop from like app.js to like feedback list. So can't we like directly use feedback list since it was an array to directly map it over in feedback list?
We can do that. You mean
Like
can we directly import that feedback and map it here, right?
yeah, exactly. So does it have any like disadvantage or something like that?
Yes. The disadvantage currently it doesn't have any disadvantage.
Mhm.
Later we will actually place this feedback from app we will actually place this feedback data in React state.
Okay.
And the state and the data are different. State is actually something special in React. If that state is changing, then your component will re-render, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But if your data changes, then your component will not re-render. That is the
Yeah.
disadvantage. So,
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you.
yeah. Any other question, guys? Are you feeling comfortable with this setup, this project? Or is it too complex or too simple for you? Yeah, somebody may be feeling that this is a really simple app that we are building here. Somebody may be feeling like it is really slightly hard to follow. Or is it fine for now? What do you think? Maybe you are trying to do it yourself as well, right? Yeah, let me know if you have some suggestion for me. And let's do one more thing before ending this session, which will be interesting as well, which is going to be interesting. So I need to actually access some of your screen to show that demo. Actually, what we are trying to do is we want to host this in some URL or somewhere online. We want to host our application, our React application somewhere online. Let's say that we completed our React application and we want to publish it, right? Like facebook.com, like in our domain. So we will publish it to the open source platform for now. We will use Vercel for now, but later you can actually host it in your own domain name as well. Like you you are interested creating your blog post, right? You can host it to some of your domain name as well. But for now, we want to implement Vercel to host this application. So can somebody share their screen if you have the most recent code? Yeah, if you don't have the most recent code, that will also work. But at least your application should be running on the live server. At least you need to be able to see something on the browser. Okay. Can somebody share their screen? Otherwise, I'll do that in the next session. Uh, no need to do this today, but it will help you to practice yourself as well before coming.
I have it working, but it's like really hacky.
Oh, what was that actually? What
Oh,
happened?
but yes, I have it working, but it looks something like this. Like I was
Oh,
just experimenting with this stuff. But we can
that's
still host it to the app if you
fine.
want
At
to.
least you are seeing something there. So we want to publish it somewhere online, right? We want to publish it in some domain name like www, something like that.
Yes.
What we will do is we will take the help of Vercel. Vercel is a platform which will actually provide you the access to publish your own project in some online URL, some random URL that Vercel will give you, and you can actually publish your application there. Later, you can attach that with your real URL as well. So just search for vercel.com. This is Sahaz, right?
Yes, Kuruk, this is me.
Yeah, Vercel, vercel.com. Search for vercel.com. Okay, so you can now sign up. Do you have account to Vercel?
No, I do not.
Yeah, you can continue with GitHub. Yeah, everybody just follow this step, okay? Go to vercel.com, create your account. Yeah, you can authorize it. It's fine. Okay, we are almost there. We need to do one thing. It is actually searching for your repository. I think there is a loading screen. Select a Git namespace. Maybe let's wait.
Gorok, that would also mean that I would need to push my latest code to the Git tray.
Correct.
Oh, like that would be a problem now because like I was not following you when you were like setting up the Git, so like I only have it in my local for now.
Yeah, you can. Can you publish whatever you have to the Git repository for now?
Oh, is there any way that I can turn this folder into Git a Git folder?
Yeah, it is already a Git. I think there you can see 99 changes. Can you commit it? Just write git add dot and git commit m. It will work actually. Everything is fine there. Write git add dot and yeah, git commit. Write your commit message -m and your commit message. Okay. And you haven't published it to GitHub as well, I think, right?
No.
Some of the changes are still not gone. Can you scroll the source control once? Scroll it all the way down up. Okay. Oh, okay. Are you outside of your project? I think. Get out.
Yes, this is some weird sort of like issue that I've been getting, Gorak. Like this, like I have to like reinstall this extension over and over again for me to like get rid of this like this changes thingy. I'm actually inside of the project, but it still shows this weird error, like 30th pending changes.
See that later. We will try to fix it. But for now, try to reinitialize this with Git. Let's see what happens. Try to write remove. Let's try to remove this Git. Write rm on the terminal. Rm space -rf and space dot git. Okay, what happened? Still okay. Can you type ls space -a -a? Oh, I think it is initialized somewhere outside of this project. That may be the
Yes, correct. These changes are just pulled randomly by the VS extension. Like I've searched it online, like reinstalling the extension fixes it, but once in a while, like these changes are just randomly brought in into this source view.
Okay, where is this file located? Can you go there? The PDF file.
This.
Okay. Yeah, Rebellion Explorer, File Explorer. Let's see. Maybe you initialized Git there.
It's actually in this desktop folder.
Okay. Yeah, you can close this one, File Explorer. Let's go inside VS Code terminal. Right. Where are we currently? Can you type pwd? Okay, we need to go back. Type cd space 2 dot and type that command ls -a once again. Okay, we need to go one step back. Cd space 2 dot and type ls-a once again. It will show all of your files there. Okay. Do you have .git anywhere?
I don't. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
you need to delete it.
Okay.
Type rm-rf.git here. Okay. It's not there, right?
Yes. It's
Now,
not that.
now go inside your project. What is the name of your project?
It's fit.
Type cd and yeah. Okay. Can you refresh the left part? Can you refresh that source control? It's still showing. No, no, don't delete that. Can you refresh it? Yeah. Yeah, you can refresh from here. It shouldn't show now, actually. Can you close this project and open it once again? Maybe it will fix this issue. Actually, this is a common issue. That's why we are doing it together.
Cool. I was really not aware that I had initiated the Git project in the desktop.
Yeah. Whenever you have some files coming from some other location, try to go there and try to see if Git initialized there or not. Okay.
Oh, cool. Thank you, Gaurav. You actually fixed it, I guess. Like, I don't think it's there anymore.
Oh, that's great then. Okay. But it is still showing something to the source control. Can you type git status there? Git space status. Okay. Some changes are there. Actually, you are going to see those changes once again.
Oh,
because yeah, whenever you have this file in git status, they will also appear in your source control there. So maybe just find git anywhere any other location maybe. That is
Yeah,
because of
you might have initialized the repository maybe in the user location itself. So like everything underneath, like even before the desktop, like you might have, because even when you went to the desktop, like wherever git is initialized, like it will write that main in the bracket. Like if you see that, like wherever it is initialized or like wherever it acts as a repository, like it will show that main branch there. So it should not show that a main branch if it's not a git repository.
Oh, what was the main branch again?
Like whenever you initialize any repository, like Git knows that it's a repository and that's the main branch, right? Like if you do git branch now, can you do git branch? Yeah, see, like that main in the bracket is because Git knows it's a Git repository, so it writes the name of the branch. Like if you had some other branch, then it would come something else. So can you start just do cd only and space, just do cd and space. That's it. That's it. Just do that. Okay. So see, do ls minus lrta. Okay, you have .git here also. So can you remove this .git, do rm minus rf .git. You can just do exclamation rm, like it will give you the last command that you run. Like, yeah, do that. Probably you did not. So just do rm minus rf and .git. Yeah, maybe when you initialize it, like you might have initialized in the user directory,
right?
Or even the root. Like, why it's taking so much time?
Cool.
Can you open another terminal once and go to that? Just do cd. Okay, now if you see there, like you are not seeing main, right? After the white project, like just type git status, like it doesn't hurt. Like okay, see, now there is no git, right?
Right.
Earlier, like if you do git status, like it was showing all the files and everything that you had in your desktop, and even like this before that directory also.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah. So yeah, when you, because you can have multiple directories and you can initialize multiple Git repositories, but like if you do that within your major directories like your home directory or your desktop, like everything else acts as a repository, repository there. So
Okay, cool.
I think
Thank you.
it will solve your issue now.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah, just do ls minus lrta once and see like if that thing got removed dot git. Yeah, I think you should be good now. I don't see, yeah, no, you need to do lrta. So a is for hidden files. Like if you don't do a, then it will not show anything. It's called hidden files. No, lrta. Yeah, so it will show anything with dot extend like starting with dot, which are called hidden files. So just regularly you will not see those files. So if you see there is no you don't have dot git anymore. You can remove anything related with git, but that should be it. Like the major folder is the dot git. Like whenever you initialize any folder to make a git repository, it will first create that hidden directory called dot git. So you don't have that anymore. So that's why like there is no branch or anything written in your prompt after your Windows name, like MINGW. Earlier, like if you remember, like there was main. Now it's not there anymore. Yeah, that's all.
All right. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, great. Thanks.
Thank you, Gorok. I guess like we would not have enough time to like actually deploy it. But it was super helpful fixing it because this error has been here since like last year. Like it was there, and like I would uninstall the extension here and there, and it would go away. But like it was a really big pain. Thank
Yeah,
you so
it's
much.
not due to extension though. So
Yeah.
it's because like you initialize it there. Extension, because of the extension, you are able to see things like the brand's name in the prompt. Those extensions will give you such features. But yeah, just for anyone, like if you had any issues, like make sure like if you have .git directory as a hidden directory within any directory that you were thinking that that was a Git repository.
Yeah. At the time we were not aware that we have initialized it any other location, right? It will actually grab all the history within your current folder. All right, so that's great. We did solve the issue. So let me quickly try to actually push it to the Vercel server from here. Can you Sahas quickly initialize this repository?
Getting it.
Yeah. No, don't do it. Don't do it there. Again, you will have the same problem. Go to your project and then do the Git in it.
Yep, you saved it. I'm doing it inside the project.
Yeah, it looks good. So if you just want to see for your future reference, do ls minus a, and you'll see that .git in there. Yeah, that means this directory is the Git repository.
Cool.
Okay.
So
Sahas, can you post this code to GitHub now? Yeah, you can click on private repository. Yeah. Now go to Vercel. Okay, just refresh this one. Let's see. Okay, click on that import third-party Git repository. Let's see if GitHub is there or not. On the bottom, on the left, yeah. Okay, it says, okay, it should actually, just go back once, please. Go back, click on back. It should actually show all the, oh, I think it is trying to Yeah, just click on install. It is trying to actually get your repository information from there. It will install one extension, I think. Okay, now you are seeing your projects here, right? Now you can click on the recent project is Vite project, right?
Yes.
Yeah, click on that import button now. Okay, you can write the project name, whatever you want on the top, maybe Sahas project or React project, something like that, or you can leave whatever it is there as well. Yeah, you can write some name here. Okay, and click on deploy now. It will take some seconds, I think, and it will deploy your React application to some URL, depending upon the name you have set here. Okay, I think it has deployed. Can you click on that card now? Yeah, click there. Okay, this is your actual code, right? Actual output, right? It is now on this URL.
Oh, cool. I will actually share the URL with everybody.
Yeah, great. And let's do one final thing. So go to your VS Code. And where is this feedback data that is coming on the browser?
It should be the main dot index.html.
I think it is inside feedback data.js. Go there.
Yes.
Yeah, these two texts are coming there, right? Can you see the output changed or not? Just change this text. Let's write hi, hello, something like that. Let's see. Okay. Save it and see the output on your local server, localhost 3000. I think this is the first tab that you have there. Okay. Here you are not seeing hello means you, oh, is live server not working? Maybe you need to start the live server. I think it is not starting. Just type yarn dev there. Something is wrong, right?
Right. Something didn't go through.
Oh, okay.
But Gorak, was it supposed to change? Was it supposed to change the text on the live server as well?
Yeah, it will change the text on your real website as well. The URL that you just sent.
Oh,
when you post the code, to GitHub.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, then let's continue this session from here. Everybody just try to publish your project in Vercel. Try to see if that is changing whenever you are pushing it or not. Okay. It is like a simple CI/CD pipeline, which will actually see your changes on the GitHub commits and it will grab the latest changes and deploy it once again. Right? We'll continue from here.
All right. Thank you, Gorak.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Let's end this session for today. We'll meet and continue this session. Maybe I'll be late tomorrow. I'll inform Nisa and